be riding. So we're going to show you two different variations of the shotgun armbar. Right? So if he's pushing, I can overhook and I can grip this material, or I can just cup it. And I want to pull it right here into my armpit. The first one is really aggressive. The second one's even more aggressive. I'm going to post, slide my shin like this, all the way through. And now I'm going to lean forward. I put my foot over the top and I pinch right there. So it gets super tight. If you need more space to bring your leg over, lean forward more and then bring your foot over, or just bring your shin, and that's enough to finish. So to get up to knee on belly, you can grip the belt, the back, or you can grab the pants right here and punch his hip and then hop up. I like to grab the material, pull it in, post, slide my shin all the way towards his throat. You can either bring your knee in and finish, or throw it over and then finish. Okay, one more. Okay, so I'll show you the second variation. So you're knee on belly, same thing. You're gonna overhook. Gripping is better, cupping is fine. We're gonna pull. Now my shin's gonna go in, but instead of going here, it's gonna go here. So I'm gonna post, I bring it here, and I sit back. So if I'm pinching here, and I'm blocking his hip, when he comes up, right, I can finish him before he comes up. There's so much tension with my elbow and the platform of my grip underneath his. Notice how I'm turning this like this. There. If I want more pressure, I can put my foot right here and go. Or I could just pinch and finish. So, I can do this like 30 more times if you guys want. So, make sure that when you're grabbing, you're pinching and I'm rotating my grip underneath his elbow. I slide here, finish, or I can go over the top and then finish. Chris, thank you for volunteering. Come on over. So the two variations again, right? 1 and 2. Here. The reason why I like grabbing the pant is because if you roll with somebody, the belt always comes off. The pants, they should have pants on when you're rolling. So here, I'm pinching, I'm posting, I drive my shin in. I can just pinch in and then finish. The second variation is up, pinch, shin comes in, and notice how I can lean here, finish. If he comes up, I'll still finish before he comes up. Or I can put my leg over and then finish there. So shotgun armbar from knee on belly, and it's the near side attack. Any questions? All right, 1, 2, 3. So what's nice is, if this hand constantly gives you a problem, you can always post and switch knee on belly, then post on the ground, and then back step. And then that allows you to pull the sleeve in. Same thing, I can bring my legs in, finish the armbar, or I can pull his head in and then go right to mounted triangle, lock my legs, and then finish. So it's a review from earlier this week. So 1 and 2. I'm going knee on belly. So I like to switch my hands and then bring my shin in on this side just to trap it. He might start pushing a little bit, right? Post. I can back step and driving. So it really depends on what happens. This arm might be tight. This arm might be really loose. If it's loose, I can pull up and I'm going to start taking away the space by sliding and pinching my knees together, then going for the armbar. If I just try to pull this and then throw my leg over and then fall, there's a lot of space, right? So you have to bring your hips to where his armpit is, there. Then you can pinch over and finish, or once you're here, you pull, slide your knee in, post, go to mounted triangle, and then finish your arm bars. Machine's favorite wrist lock. You can go for your armbar here, or just finish your mounted triangle. So again, 1 and 2. Pop it up knee on belly. I like to switch, drive, back step. Pull this in and drive my hips forward to clear that space. Then bring my shin in. And now, this is super tight, right? I'm so far forward, if he tries to take me over to his right, it's really hard, but I can finish before he even comes up. So it's important to make sure your hips are really, really close. All right? So here, hips, shin, finish. Or pull, slide this through, post, and then lock. And then just let gravity do the work, and then he can tap from there. Okay, any questions? Yes?
When you were doing this switch, do you have to trap that inside arm with the foot?
So you don't have to. Usually that's what happens when you're doing it. It depends on how your partner is. You might be pushing. You might completely clear that far side arm, which means you just go to mount.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay? Yes, Brian.
So when you're doing the step over, I feel like sometimes I get their arms stuck under. Like you had it over so you can get the arm bar.
Yeah.
Like I always go against like Tim, for example, and he gets under, and then he just does the like slip out escape. Is there something you can do to make sure you get the arm in the spot?
Okay.
What?
So when you're switching, right, I can push a little bit here to bring this one in. You're talking about this is the one,
Yeah.
right? So then when you're posting, you're saying that you completely lose it,
Yeah.
right? So I would just post down and then slide down to mount. Because if it's like you're in this position and this is trapped, yeah, I would probably block the hip and switch back to side control again and then restart my attack. If that's my goal. But honestly, just slide your legs down, go to mount, take your 4 points, and then start attacking. All right? 1, 2, 3. And it's easy just to create space in order to come up. So we're going to deal with that specific situation with our partner. So let's say I go knee on belly, I leave a little bit of space, and he starts to underhook on that leg, right, like this. And I know that if I do nothing, he'll just start pushing on my hip here, and then he'll just stake out and come up. That's the easy way to escape knee on belly. And we'll go over that one next week. But he underhooks it, so you're going to post here, because I need you to be far. You're going to grab the sleeve. I want you to fall to your back just a little bit, and you're going to drive your hips forward like this. And then in order to clear that, I want you to pull and bring your hips. He'll start bringing up his head, and then I can start clamping down, posting, locking, and now I'm in mounted triangle, and I can just finish. This is a very specific triangle from a specific move, right? So here, I'm catching, pulling, and sliding. The longer arms they have, the easier it is. So here, he's coming underneath, right? In no gi, you would have to grip the wrist. So I'm pulling, bringing my hips like this. So what happens is, if he stays on his head on the ground, right? You can get like an arm bar here, but he's gonna come up because he feels like the pressure. Then I can catch my leg behind the head, and then I finish mounted. So whether you go wrist or you go for the sleeve, but you have to be early. Here, I'm gripping, sliding, here, catching. I like to post my hands. You can either grab the head to lock, or you can just post, lock it, bring it back, sink back, and then my gravity goes down. Okay? Questions? Real quick. 1, 2, 3. This requires full commitment, because if you half commit, it won't work. You know, sometimes the arm's low, you're pinning it, you get to knee on belly, maybe it's stuck here, right? Which is fine. So if I go to mounted triangle from here, it's gonna be difficult because usually it's coming where my leg goes over this way. But if I can underhook here, bring this in, I pull, now I can go. So I have to go, like I have to pull and go at one time. If I go like one, he's gonna think that there's an arm bar, he's gonna start pulling back his arm, and then it's gonna be difficult. So I go 1, 2. So I'm gonna shoot my leg across, bring my hips underneath his head, and then throw this one over like this. Here. So now I have 2 options. One is I can just lock it from here, and I can just focus on, I could finish as like a reverse triangle, but I can just focus on going for like the arm bars and stuff. Or I can keep the elbow come up, and I'm gonna switch. I bring my legs cross here, and hip switch, and then I lock. Now I'm behind him, my right thigh is on the ground, and then I can just pinch and go for a triangle here, or go for all my variations from here. It's up to you on how you finish. It's just a matter of getting to that position. So here, maybe I was I was trying to go for paper cutter. He's blocking. I go knee on belly. I'm gonna underhook. I have to go 1 and 2 like this. Then I shoot and I fall. My foot goes to my knee. I come out, I can lock. Go ahead and play around with this position a little bit. You have your wrist locks, rotating this, going for your arm bar. You know, you could even go for your straight arm locks here. You have a lot of mobility here. But if you want to switch, I'm going to pull this in. I'm going to take this lock out, plant my left foot, and rotate, and then lock. And this will give you a really nice reverse triangle, pinching and finishing. Tiff, may I? Artem, can you take it? So the arm might be low, I go for knee on belly, I trap, right? I go 1, lifting. So if they're smaller, you have to drop your hips more and shoot. I have to go lower, like this. Then I can lock and go. You could finish here, but it's not as clean. You can go for your arm bars, right? It's real tight, sorry Tiff. You can go for your reverse, but her arm is a little bit short. I'm gonna post, rotate, and then lock. Now I'm in a proper orientation for reverse triangle. My right thigh goes on the ground. I can pinch and finish, or I can go for my arm bar, wrist lock, neck on. Okay, last one, any questions? All right, 1, 2, 3. All right.